Welcome back to the second half of Hacking Infinity, Mortally Bankrupt.
We have a friendly beast.
Yes, look at
With
that
us.
fluffy beast.
Friendly beast. It's targetable by Dinomancy. Friendly beast.
Oh, yes.
Ha!
The Hearthstone card.
Ha!
Ah,
Oh, I see.
Ha! Ha!
I don't play that game. I'm sorry.
Ha!
well. We love you anyway. Like,
Of course.
Shout out to
even with that,
good card games.
that moral failing of not playing Hearthstone.
Yeah, I only play good card games.
Wow.
If you
Now
want,
here's the part of the show where Spook and I get in a 20-minute
hi there.
argument in character.
The thing about Blizzard is they come out with really good games and then they fuck them into the dirt over years of atrocious post-launch support. You know, Overwatch in the beta, everyone loved it. Now it's fucking cancer. Hearthstone first comes out, brilliant. Then ever since that first expansion, just been fucking garbage. It's only got worse and worse over time. You queue up now, you'll still get turn 7 lethal by a fucking face hunter. Nah.
Actually, in the most recent, the second to most recent expansion, the meta went a lot more towards control. It was interesting. It seems to be going a bit more aggro now.
Really? They didn't print the strongest aggro card of all time? No?
See, they might have printed Jade Idol, which was a problematic card in itself. However, in the expansion, 2 expansions after it, they revealed a card to solve that problem that was Jade Idol by printing Skulking Geist, which removes 1-cost spells from both of your decks.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that as a fix. I mean, it
But you see, Brad,
yeah.
there's still Face Hunter to solve the Jade Idol problem. And for control decks that want to shut down the cancer that is Jade Idol, they will need Skulking Geist. We're done.
Okay.
We're ending this conversation right now. We're trimming it down at the root. Let's do downtime.
Okay.
You get 2 downtime actions for free, and you may spend cash to get more. Many of these downtime actions will be based on your personal lifestyle, which is based on how much you put into your stash. But you'll need 10 in there to get another die for your downtime actions. So it's pretty difficult. You're going to be probably rolling 0 dice for a bunch of these because you're mortally bankrupt. You've got hard lifestyles.
Wait. Should I have marked off a stress?
Yep. Oh,
from the
thank you for reminding me
confessional?
about that. I did mark that you spent the confessional. I didn't mark that you cleared the stress.
And just for future reference, where's the track of how many confessionals you have? I saw
It's on the show sheet.
Oh, it's on the show sheet.
Mhm.
A confessional's a communal resource similar to the bargain dice.
Yep. Mhm. We have both have animals. Spook, you have no animals. Where are your animals? Is it you?
I don't currently have any animals.
Oh.
I got a cat themed gimp mask. That's about the closest thing I got to hand.
Excellent.
It's in the other room though, so I won't produce it. You'll have to trust me, internet.
Okay.
I do trust you. Excellent. Okay. Oh yeah, another thing I wanted to do is I want to give you a currency that I don't know what to do with yet. I want to give you fame. I'm just going to put it on a clock. I don't know what you can spend fame on,
Well,
but you should get famous in your neighborhood for doing jobs, I think. And I'm going to give you. Let's go to fame.
Should this
Whatever
maybe
that
be
means.
like rep or something? Just because I feel fame would be more to do with like the people watching, the entities watching the show, if that makes sense. Whereas like rep would be more for the people in the show, if that makes sense.
I see what you mean.
yeah, so you need to add 2 new things. So they're both
Or
important.
just rename a thing.
Yeah. I'm just going to name it local fame for now, and I can figure out what all that means later.
Oh yeah, add in the word local also. That no longer hurts my mind. No, yeah, that works.
Mm-hmm. Local fame, and that's a 2. Whatever that means. Okay. And then
At some point, it'll do a
take your-
thing.
Yeah. Now take your downtime actions while this dog aggressively licks me. And while you take downtime actions, I will make the factions take downtime actions as well.
Uh,
So I got 2 cash. I'd
Mhm.
like stash 1 and spend 1. Basically,
Okay.
is what I'm thinking, and I just want some, I guess, stress relief. I want to go
You get
party with.
You get 2 downtime actions for free. So you
Okay.
don't even have to spend the first one until you're deep in.
Sure, but I don't feel like I would save both. I feel I'd spend it.
Okay.
Drink
I believe it.
alcohol tomorrow, and then drink alcohol today and water tomorrow, as they say.
Mhm.
And then yeah, I mean, so I'd like to party with Fidelity, Doctor Fidelity, because I've been getting very stressed out, I've been getting a lot of arguments, and I just want to spend some time with someone agreeable and get fucked.
Mhm.
That's fucked intoxicated, not fucked sodomy.
Okay, what drugs are you doing?
Everything under the sky, friend. A bit of coke, bit of MD, bit of Valium for when we get peaky. Maybe some cheeky ketamine in a bathtub if we start to get a bit wild.
Oh, goodness heavens. What does Dr. Fidelity look like as a person?
That's a good question.
That's a good question.
They're sweaty.
Hmm.
They are maybe probably have quite an unhealthy build. They're either like too thin. Oh yeah, they're much too thin. They're like, you look at their arms and you're like, oh god, no. They got that really horrible stick figure kind of thing. Like bony bird legs. Really like gaunt face. Yeah, they're super tall. I think they're a lady person. Because I think I enjoy having a friend without any kind of sexual tension occurring. So we like go out on the town, we talk about men and how fucking rubbish they are, and get absolutely peaked off our tits.
Hmm. Absolutely. Do I have anything to add to that? I don't think so. I think we're just gravy. Roll that vice. And there's a downtime button next to your cash, I believe.
Oh yes. Mm-hmm.
And dogs will continue to lick me. Oh, and there's a drop down next to it that says choose a downtime action, and you pick Indulge Vice.
Yeah, I felt I had done that and then pushed the button. I'll try pushing the button again.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I've got Indulge Vice in the little tab, and I've clicked downtime, and it's not done anything.
Let me take a look.
Let me see if I might just be lagging out. Let me try just a different roll. Yeah, I think I maybe just... Oh, yes, you see, look, that went through. I just did like a normal roll, and that came through. But then when I do the downtime, that does not come through.
Weird. Let me try that for you. So it's based on trust. You do have 0 trust, but that should work.
But you should have 1 trust, right?
No, because I don't trust, because they're an NPC.
Yep.
Oh, the NPCs don't.
It's only stars trusted.
Oh, okay.
For your resistance rolls and vice rolls. Interesting. So I'm going to try a different kind of roll, like say, let's get alone. Blah. No, that also doesn't work. Adam, you know what to do. Fix it. Okay, so I will just roll 2 dice and take the lowest for you. 1,
Okay.
2d6, KL1. That's pretty good.
Considering.
You clear 4 stress.
Oh, nice. But I guess... Oh, right. Well, I hadn't actually acquired any stress, but that's fine.
You have 1 stress.
Well, can that? Oh, that can go to 0. Oh, but it's not there if you. Oh, that's clever. I like that. Well, I think I should have actually not had that stress because I put myself to 1 instead of 0 when we did our confessionals. But either way, we're at the same point now anyway. And then
that'll still get you XP because you're going to overindulge, and when you struggle with your vice, then you get XP.
Cool, and then I will. Should I do like all 3 of mine now, or 4? I guess. Do you get 3 for 3 or 2 for 3?
You get 2 actions for free. You mark down the 1 because you indulge your vice. So then you overindulge though.
Okay.
So you get 4 options.
Okay, I'm listening.
Since the roll won't show it for you, I'll have to just recall this from memory. Either you go on a bender and you have to lose 4 stash that which you don't have, or gain 2 debt for the show, which is pretty nasty. There are 3 other options. Let me remember how this works. The first one is Bender. The next one is Lost. You could play a different character for a little while because Zed's just going to get fucked up for a really long time, and you have to play a different character because they're just gone.
Oh, sure.
Another option is it's called Taboo, and you just rewrite one of your facets to show that like you've gotten like you've like indulged your vice and come back changed. And the last one is Tapped, which would mean that Dr. Fidelity doesn't trust you as a client anymore, or the drugs are too weak for you, and you have to turn them down and find a new purveyor on your own time.
Well, I think as we've seen, I think maybe when there's a third person, we'll be able to have Wacky and Zed in the same space. But I think when it's just the two of us, obviously it's going to be like watching two sticks hit each other for for however long it is. So I will have Zed go on a bender, and I will be someone else.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna have to make you a new character in a little bit.
Yeah, I can crank one out in like 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah,
I've already got it in my mind.
excellent. So Wacky, let's go to you, and then after that, I'll think of a faction that should take a downtime action.
Okay. Well, I could just indulge my vice, and then we could both make characters.
We could.
Could. But I think what I'm gonna do is start a long-term project.
Interessant.
And I think just to once again do fourth wall breaking, tie-in things to to political stuff that I'm interested in, but like presented in this like obnoxious way. The long-term project is going to be starting a workers cooperative, because I'm upset by what Zed was talking about not contributing. And I guess it should be food based, because there's like fat that's supposed to be a component. Yeah, I want to start a food cooperative to make sure that everybody in make sure that everybody in Sugar Square has a ready availability of not just sweet food, but wholesome, organic fruits and vegetables.
Cool. Let's. What am I trying to think of? Oh yeah, is Mr. Regines a part of this cooperative? Like, is he going to be a major factor because he has farms and space and nonsense, or?
I imagine he would be into it. I mean, like that's.
Well, you also trust him.
It both subverts the capitalist paradigm, of which he is, an avowed communist enemy. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So you trust Mr. Regines, which means you get an extra die on this roll.
Okay. Even though he's a NPC?
Yep.
Okay.
What else was I considering? Oh yeah, I need to make a size for this clock. On your own sheet, you can make clocks for yourself if you hit the gray button at the top left. And you scroll down a little bit, there's a section for making clocks. I think this will be I'm thinking maybe a 6-segment clock.
All right.
And you're starting with 0 dice? That seems weird because of how a long-term project normally works.
Well, I mean, I do trust 2 PCs, even if. One of the
Which
reasons.
I was going to say you get an extra one regardless because Mr. Reggings is being helpful. I don't know. Do you think you can roll a trait to like be better at forming the co-op, or is it just like straight up your lifestyle and you're in a bind and it's difficult?
I don't know, Adam. I mean, I think
Okay.
there are facets of Wacky's personality that could play into this, but maybe mechanically that's just not the way it works. I'm not sure.
Sure. Let's maybe say, because like it's not like that you can just like choose an action and you get all the dice from it. So maybe let's say that it starts with your lifestyle, which is a 0, but you can get 1 bonus die from trusting Mr. Reggings, and you can get a bonus die if you can invoke a facet that helps with this.
Okay. Okay. So it's not a resistance roll. So it's not using it's not based off of the stars trusted. It's just
Nope, it's based
Mr.
off your
Reggings
lifestyle.
but
But the downtime button
okay.
isn't working, so we're just having to talk about it,
Okay.
and then I'll roll it. Okay. 2
Uh,
dice.
And let me see what facet best fits. Oh well, I mean, just setting up a cooperative, I think, is sort of establishing a new paradigm.
Frozen. I am frozen. Not anymore. We're good.
You've defrosted.
I have.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I mean, I could. There's a couple where I could use that. If I wanted to take away a die, I'm used to everything being easy would totally play in. But no, I actually want to make progress on this. So
Okay.
So
If
new
I
paradigm
want to
it is.
nerf myself,
There's a time and a place for that.
Yeah.
Uh,
I also like the idea that it's a valuable strat sometimes, that if you know you can't do well at something, you can't go lower than 0 dice, so you just like spend all of the facets against yourself and just get a bunch of drama because you can do that. That's a strategy sometimes when you have no other options. Cool.
or when drama sounds fun.
Yeah.
So I guess that's 2 dice. Do you want me to roll, or do you want to roll?
I can roll if you want me to. Well, it's my sheet, so I should roll.
Okay. Ooh.
It'll encourage me to make better sheets if I have to roll every time.
Okay. So what happens when I totally flub that?
So you still get, it's a downtime action, so it's not very consequency. You get 1 tick on your project.
Okay.
So it's going slowly. I think like maybe what's happened is Mr. Reggings has put out the word to like all of his friends, and they're busy being a part of capitalism, as capitalism tends to perpetrate upon the world. And just
I could see them going like, "Oh, it's one of Wacky's projects. We're gonna spend a lot of time on that." No.
So maybe we're adding this idea that while Mr. Reggings is a very good friend of yours, there's many other communists in Sugar Square that think that the fact that you have like this trust fund background is like
bourgeoisie.
Yeah, and you're not like, this isn't like for you.
oh, they think you're Basil, dog. Oh, they think you're Basil. Oh, you just got Basil.
Yeah, totally Basil. Yeah.
Get Basil full. Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's interesting. So yeah, there's a little bit of progress made, but it's like the word has gone out, and there has been no echoes
Crickets.
coming back.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Do we have a new character yet, or should Wacky take another down? Well, I said I was going to take a faction action for the downtime bullshit.
If you need time for your faction action, I can roll out a new. I can smash one out now.
Cool.
But if you want to do your faction, we can do your faction first.
I can probably do that first. Yeah. Let me take a look. We know that we're interested in the nightclub because we were just there. We're also interested in the police. Yeah. The Sugar Square. Police. Oh yeah, I should make it SSPD. Ugh. Yuck. Perfect. Mm-hmm. That's bad. So the SSPD show up at the nightclub, and they found all of these people asleep on the floor of the nightclub, and they asked the owner, who never ate any cake pops, because they were just they weren't there. They were like being a manager who usually stays home when things are happening, and they're having to answer for this whole situation that's gone on at the nightclub that we haven't named yet. We should name the nightclub. What's the nightclub named?
Sweet and sour? I don't know.
Delicious dishes. Or Club Delicious?
Cool. Club Delicious. I'm fine with that for now. So Club Delicious is under like this huge shakedown deal because there are people with like red teeth and like no, actually, because of the bargain. The beet syrup is different than that wicked sweet concoction that Zed made. So there's a bunch of people without red teeth there who just have like the stick of the cake pops just like rolling, like it's clearly like rolled out of their hand as their hand is like splayed across the floor. And you just have like sleeping like get like this insanely like deep close up on their eyes, and you can see like the REM like eye turning thing on their eyelids. And this is just the situation here. It's getting, there's questioning going down, and they get the name of your bakery, Sweet Dreams.
Oops. Sorry, Neve.
Oops. Yeah. Okay, that was my action. I gathered information on the PCs.
Yeah. Should I crank out a man's?
Yeah.
Can you make another thing, or can I just make another?
Yep,
I can just make
you're GM.
Thing.
Yep.
Right, so we've got Tom,
Ooey. think that's how
Tom
I pronounce
is...
it. Louis? You're a kitty? Anyway. I imagine you're not keeping him
Such
in.
a sleepy doggy. Sleepy doggy.
No. Dog.
I think I'm a
Sleepy
voice
doggy.
from the frontier.
Nice. The voice is very cool.
What's their deal?
They're in a studio somewhere else, and they narrate the show.
Oh, yeah.
And their studio is like this entire separate neighborhood. And they have very cool abstract powers. Let's take a look at chat. No chat.
Hmm.
I was gonna bring people in, but I have spent so much time on like making the thing that I haven't had time to arrange the thing, which is welcome to weeks. How weeks work.
Yes.
Because they're a condensed amount of time in which things repeat each week. And then you get
Yeah, and the amount of time
you
that those
run
things
out of time.
yeah takes
Mhm.
expands to fill the amount of time available.
Yeah.
That's how these things work.
Mm-hmm. Bam.
Trucking towards the frontier.
Cool, we
I guess while you're
nailed it.
doing this,
We
I can
both
make
won.
Okay, cool. While you're doing that, I can take another downtime action for a faction. I think Midland Sugar should do something.
Yeah, it should fuck off.
Yeah. Actually, they've kind of already done something because we kind of did their action in the intro where they're dumping mercury into the water.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Let's. Ooh, who's got enemies? Oh yeah, we care about the fish farmers, and they hate the dice store. There's a. I'm thinking like maybe a lawsuit going down. Some of the new fish they're adding, like, so the fish farmers. I've got many ideas going on, like, and they're all coming out of my mouth at the same time. Wow. Let's do the first one now. They're going to build an additional hydroponic farm. And they're going to stock it with new fish that are totally not poisoned with mercury. And then I'll do those other things I half said later. That's my action. There's construction. There's going to be a second fish farmer market.
Okay. I'm sure that'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
Although, Wacky wouldn't agree.
Mhm.
Let's see. So I guess I'll go ahead and what are the parameters of acquiring an asset? Could I like acquire like dirt on the SSPD? Would that be a reasonable asset, or is that okay?
I think so. Yep.
I want to try and do that.
People at home, this is why you do your faction downtime activities out in the open, because then people can act on them or act to stop them. This is something I've learned from playing Blades for 2 years. Cool. Yeah.
Well, yeah, much more interesting to have them be a football that can be acted upon rather than something that you. Oh, I'm gonna mark another thing on my secret sheet.
Yep. So for acquiring an asset, it's almost like explicitly a monetary thing. So it's based in your lifestyle, which is 0, as we've discussed previously. But like we've also discussed previously, you can add dice for doing it with people you trust, and for invoking dogs,
Aha.
facets. Facets are dogs. What is it?
Yes.
What is it?
Oh. I think that dog's pretty invoked.
Best dog. Yeah.
So I don't think Mr. Red Jeans has anything to do with getting dirt on the cops. Like that's really not his thing.
Okay.
Like okay, so I mean Zed is often a bender, but it seems like maybe he might have he both on a bender and probably not all that inclined to help.
Mm-hmm.
But he could have that information. Like that seems like he having just being a feature on the seedier side of things may have found out some some stuff that's usable blackmail that so
Do we perhaps have a new friend that has some dirt on the cops?
Oh, I suppose I might know a thing or two. I'm not sure. I hear all sorts of things.
Cool.
Oh.
Introduce us to your character.
Yeah.
Then we can see if you have infos.
Oh, hello. My name is Thomas. I'm from a small town in a far-off place. It's a bit, I suppose you might call it backwater, but I think it's very peaceful. We're simple folks with good lives, and we pay tribute and we get good harvest. I think I'm a voice. I think I'm mysterious as a broadcaster. I do white collar work, and romance is my vice.
Excellent.
Was there a thing I'd forgotten? No, I believe that's.
Writing your facets.
Oh yes, I've got a facet for each of my traits there at the top. Hang on, let me enter these.
Mm-hmm.
Do
So your first facet
do
for being a
someone
voice
else's
is that
first.
you have a beautiful voice.
Oh, I do have a beautiful voice. And then let's see. So I'm from the frontier.
So what's it like on this frontier? Is it a dangerous place because it's hard to farm out there and take care of yourself, or are there very chilling winters like the winters we're having
Oh
right now?
yes, the winters are very punishing, but it's easier where I'm from than other places because we keep to the old ways. I'm going with
So
I'm
you
a
keep to the
sim-
old ways?
Oh yes, we keep the old ways.
Interesting.
Yes. Keep to the old ways by nailing Christians to the tree.
Give a nice blood eagle. Oh no, I'm joking. So I'm a truck driver by trade, so I'm gonna put that I'm good behind the wheel.
Excellent.
Oh no, I'm gonna
Or
go
maybe just a
with
bunch of C's.
I'm on push to talk. I, I use the C key. I'm gonna go with I'm very comfortable in my own company.
Beautiful.
No, I wasn't typing. And then what's my last one? It's my romantic heart.
Mhm.
Oh, I put fantasies by accident, but it was meant to be romance. I'm probably gonna put that I believe in true love.
Oh.
Excellent. Going to sneeze? You sound like you're going to sneeze. You
And
might
then
sneeze.
I can't remember if I do one for my appearance or not.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, okay. Um, I'm gonna go with I have an otherworldly quality.
Cool. What look options are you picking?
Or let's see. Well, I'm a simple man, so I got my jeans and a cap because it's very cold where I come from, and I have some tattoos. Some of them are on my face, which makes it lends itself to my otherworldliness, but they're part of our culture.
Cool. What was your hometown called?
Oh, it was probably called Glass Finchwood.
Cool.
Okay.
This dog will just tolerate being held nearly forever.
And yeah, that's Thomas. They're a lovely chap, if I do say so myself.
Hmm. Cool. And name one friend you trust and one friend you distrust.
Oh, that's Margaret. She's my rock. She's my neighbour, and we like to watch out for each other because no one's more local to you than your neighbour. And then I distrust that Colonel fella. He's not right, if you ask me. I forgot what name I gave him. It was Colonel something silly. Let me check.
Keepsake. Colonel Keepsake.
Oh, Colonel Keepsake. Sounds like someone from Cluedo. I mean, who has a name like that? He's not to be trusted, that one. I don't know. He's got a coldness in his eyes, even colder than winter's worst day.
Interesting.
They're not really a colonel. They just think it sounds cool.
I think it sounds cool.
Well, you
Many
should
people
go hang
would.
out with Colonel's Keepsake then.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Does Thomas have information on the cops in Sugar Square?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it seems like a good way to insert me into the story. So yeah, I've heard a thing or two on I got one of them radios in my truck, and sometimes it it picks up the police scanners, and I heard a bit of back chatter about something going on at Sugar Rally.
Mm-hmm. So also as a voice, you get to make your own neighborhood.
Oh, what a little
Because you live in
town.
your own little space. It sounds to me almost like your studio is like your truck. And your
Oh,
truck,
yeah.
yeah.
That would make a lot of sense. Yeah. I'm driving along and I have my little thoughts, and I broadcast them out over at Scanner.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
I'm not very confident in this accent, so if I offend any people, then I am deeply sorry, but I'm trying.
I like it.
I like it too. It's very.
Yeah, but you're Americans, you can't tell.
That's true. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I didn't mean to be like that. It's just, it's the same for me. I can't tell if someone's doing a legitimate Southern accent or if they're just taking piss.
Awesome. So how do you get in contact with Wacky? Or Wacky, how do you get in contact with Thomas?
Well, I follow him on social media, and he was fishing for information, and I thought, oh yeah, I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I should send him an IM. I should, if that's agreeable with you, Wacky.
Yeah, that sounds good. We could
Great.
collaborate.
Oh, that sounds lovely.
So, I heard you might have caught on about some of the things that the SSPD were up to at the sugar fair. Were they violating anybody's rights?
I'm not sure, to be honest. I mean, I've got it recorded for prosperity, but I could not make much heads or tails of it, to tell you the truth. They were all speaking in, cop jargon. I couldn't make much sense of it.
Yeah, they're so militarized.
No, it's not how people are meant to talk to one another.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, the use of jargon uh, separates them from the community that they're supposed to serve.
Aye, it's very yeah, no, the choice of a lexicon is very important. They're supposed to be of the people, I think.
So, yeah, if you have it
I want to
record.
interject a thing.
Uh-huh.
So it sounds to me like Thomas is making a flashback action roll to get police radio broadcasts and record it for posterity's
Oh,
sake.
yeah. Would you like me to do that as a role?
Mm-hmm. Take a stress since you're doing this in a flashback.
Okay, I've
And I think
taken one
it's
stress.
I think it's unlikely but not unreasonable. So it's one stress. If it were super crazy, then it would be two stress. But here's where
Okay.
we're at. Yep. And let's do an action roll. What's your goal?
To have this recording, I suppose.
Okay. What else does it say on that sheet? Going
Sorry,
down that.
what?
What else does it say on the action roll bit?
Oh, I
Going down
see.
that sheet?
So it's how many of my facets. To be honest, I don't think any of them apply. So I think it's just 0.
Do
And
you
then,
want to invoke any against yourself
I
so that you
mean,
can get free?
I suppose that because I keep to the old ways, all this use of technology might be a bit foreign to me. So I could give myself -1, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll do that, and then I would ask you, Adam, for an aesthetic.
I think our aesthetic here is I want to say cinematic.
And what would the effect be?
Let's see. You have adequate broadcasting equipment as a voice, this I know, for I wrote this game. But it's far away, so I think your effect is standard. That's what I see.
Oh, all right, standard. And then I could. How is our? How we're looking on them bargain dice? Do we have many left?
You got 3 left.
Oh, I see. Well, seeing as how we're not getting a lot of bargains from chat, we better save them. So I'm just gonna push button, or I have to set it to 0. Now I'm gonna push button.
Mm-hmm.
Things go wrong.
Ooh, fancy.
Oh no! How exciting!
Forward by 2, add a negative facet to the star's identity, or a new obstacle appears. Well, I think you might have introduced the new obstacle yourself earlier, in that you have the recording, but it's extremely muddled and hard to hear what's going on.
Oh,
To Wacky's ear, well, Wacky, you can't understand heads or tails of this either. But that fact is a consequence, and if you don't like consequences, you can find out ways to resist them.
oh yes. And I think there's like a bonus from distrusting other players, but oh no, wait, I don't have that. That's the other guy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So could either of us resist this, or is this or no?
I think it's just let me think for a second.
And I'm gonna update your name.
I am going to say
Theory.
that either of you can resist it.
Okay.
It sounds fine by me.
Okay. I'll do it unless you particularly want to.
You can do this, Wacky. I believe in you. You're good at this sort of thing.
I believe I may get stressed out, but
Mm-hmm.
but I'm pretty confident that I can resist it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
You know, you're good with, this sort of thing with the technologies.
In case things go wrong, which they possibly will, I'm going to try to dig up personal info on your character with a horror in chat.
Oh no.
Interesting. So I would just make a resistance roll, which there isn't a button for right now. And I'm
Isn't there a resistance button? Oh, you might need to refresh the page.
Okay.
Because if you never refresh the page, then there would have never been a button. And while you do that, I will press the chat button, and there will be questions in chat.
Okay. So there isn't one by I Trust, I Distrust. That where it should have appeared?
There
Or
should
there's a
be.
resist a consequence up there.
Yep,
Okay.
that's a button.
Okay.
And if nothing shows up, it's probably because you need to say that you trust 0 stars. Well, I checked your sheet earlier, and you should be fine.
Okay. Yeah, right now I have it listed as trusting 2 stars.
It should just be 1, because now Z is someplace else.
Okay.
Mhm.
Distress.
Ooh, that's pretty good. Pretty good for rolling 0 dice.
Oh yeah, yeah. I could have been digging deeper.
Yep.
See, I told you you could do it.
So is it that your ears are just able to parse the garbled nonsense?
I think that.
Or wait, you're
okay.
psychic. Shit. Yeah.
Well, there's that, but I think what it is Wacky plays this plays some of the clips on his stream, and because he has a bunch of right wingers listening, some of them are all, I mean, they mostly hate listen, but they're like, oh well, I know that jargon. Sure.
So you get? Are you saying you get Paul to do it?
Yeah, and just out of sort of game showing off that showing off knowledge, they post what it says.
Yeah.
You know, you get the guys who found Shia LaBeouf's flag to do it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Oh,
So take 2
amazing.
stress. You figure it out. Also, is it the case that you're doing the stream all on your phone? So like as you're playing the thing, it just like audio feedbacks into the phone and it's really loud because the speaker is really close to the microphone? Or do you have better equipment?
He's dissing your production quality.
Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're getting at with that.
Oh, I was just saying like, do you have like earphones that you have in your ears while you're streaming your vlog?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. What I was getting at is that if you don't, then the speakers just play like the garbled jargon that you get from Thomas, and it just goes right into the microphone. So the audience just hears all of the yeah.
Oh no, he runs a high quality production. It's quality content.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah. I mean, I think that he probably has a good setup from that trust fund.
Yeah, probably. That's a good point. So there's also a confessional in chat from someone I don't know. Who knows who that is?
Hello, friend. Thank you for your
who
input.
asks Wacky to tell us about their father and what you think about them.
Oh yeah. So
If you
yeah,
want to
we've
clear
talked
the stress and spend a confessional.
Yeah, we've talked a bit about my mom, but not about my dad. So what happened to my face? Yeah, it's Discord. It's weird. The Discord video is not quite there yet, but Skype wasn't working.
Mhm.
So
Oh, I should link the chat game for chat.
Yes, yes.
Adam, what are you doing? No! Why are you garbage at things? It's okay, we love
Anyway,
you.
tell us about your old man, Wacky.
So he's kind of cool and not cool. He makes a big deal of being a libertarian, and there's like good stuff and bad stuff about that. Like on uh, some social issues, he's pretty good. Like uh, he doesn't he's against war. That's kind of cool. Uh, but he has this idea that if we just uh, cut all the social services, uh, things will be better rather than collapse. And I don't know. I mean, he's kind of cool. Like he smokes weed, but he's also, I don't know, like, well, he's kind of a racist. There's that. Uh, but he doesn't believe he's a racist. It's one of those things where you know, he has some weird ideas about property and
Together.
Oh. Thank you, Leo.
Thank you for supporting our community.
Yes.
Dog.
Always above and beyond. I appreciate it. So I don't know. Like, I mean, there's also that well, I mean, there's more than just the political too. Like in person, he's affable. At least with, you know, people he considers like you know, part of us. So he's nice to me and okay with mom, although they have their issues. I don't know. What else do you want to know about him? Oh, he probably needs a name.
Yeah, give him a name and then let's call that good for that confessional.
Okay. And I'm not sure whether I trust or distrust him. Like, I think mostly, like, it's sort of on the edge, but more distrust than trust.
Mm-hmm.
I think his name is
Dad.
well, yes. But his first name is Dale. Dale Gog.
You smell like syrup. I don't know why. You always smell like different things.
I'll say libertarian stuff.
Mm-hmm. Exquilent.
And to sub the half face. The half face of doom.
Ah. Okay, cool. So you know what's going on with the cops. Should we do our outro sequence here and do more downtime next time?
Sure.
Okay. Well, can we, having gotten that, can we talk a little bit about what the cops are like here so that we can like answer it?
Oh yeah. You want XP and drama
What?
and stuff?
What?
What?
We
What?
game a system.
What?
No.
Oh, also
Can-
I owe you one drama for invoking the for for one of you invoking the thing against yourself, and I never marked it. So
Oh, that
let me do
was
that real quick.
me.
Yeah. Now we're up to a 2. Cool.
Oh, it's
Well,
so much nicer being Thomas than being Zed. Oh, he's horrid.
Oh.
It's really quite, just peaceful.
and eventually these two characters' voices will just merge together, and you will.
I always pick really problematic characters for myself. I don't mean to, but then it gets in the game and I'm like, oh no, what have I done?
Yeah. I shouldn't miss being picked on, should I?
Doggy.
Uh, so okay, my thinking on when you said SSPD, I was like, oh yeah, that's so perfect.
That's what I was thinking too. I was like, because if you rewind the VOD, you will see that I said they're the Sugar Square Police Department, the SSPD.
So,
Perfect.
yeah, I think that they are like, they all wear. Oh, okay, so their uniform is like involves brown shirts.
Mhm.
And they have a what was the name of the those puppet people who live upstairs from Neve? They're
The Doozers.
the Doozers. Yeah, I think they have a real hate on for the Doozers. Like
Mhm.
it's bad.
Excellent. Let me go to the neighborhood sheet real quick, and I will mark that they are enemies.
Oh no.
The Doozers are their enemies. And why is that?
Oh,
Well,
because they think the Doozers took all their jobs.
oh,
Not that the cops had were the cops were being cops rather than you know doing that doozer work that they wouldn't want to do anyway. But
mhm, mhm.
how these things work.
Okay, gotcha. That's interesting.
Took our jobs.
Oh, they make such lovely cuisine though. I just love ethnic food. It's just so nice.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
they do construction work in the imaginary third building, the third floor of many buildings, which is the floor that through non-Euclidean geometry goes up to the rainbows, where the extremely dangerous and lethal unicorns live, and sometimes gore people, and then sometimes people fall out of the third story and get gored. Yeah. And they ask to use people's phones, and then they're bleeding out, and then they get candy buttons to call the 911 people with. That's weird.
That didn't make a whole lot of
Yeah,
sense, but I
I
do
didn't quite
like
follow all of that.
rainbows.
It was interesting.
Oh
Yeah.
no, me as the person Spook followed it. It's just
Oh,
that
okay.
sounds all a bit strange for Thomas, but
Hmm. Yeah. Weird that. It's almost like we played that game. Yeah. Mhm. Cool. So you get information that they are that they are applying pressure to the Tranglers, the people who wrangle trains. They're trying to bribe them to wrangle unicorns instead, and turn the unicorns against the Doozers, which were the unicorns were like a a reality of being a doozer and working on the rainbows, but now the unicorns are being used specifically to like harm doozers, and there have been reports all around town of people falling out of the imaginary third story and just like getting gored and harmed and like winding up with like broken bones and having to be hospitalized. Some doozers have been killed. Bad things are happening in Rainbow Land.
Oh no, we must do something.
Yeah.
So that's the information you get out of
Okay.
the recording.
Well, this is just not acceptable. We must tell
doozers.
people. Surely they'll be shocked to hear of such a thing. I'd have never have thought it.
Yeah, we're gonna have to help them. It's
You're
just
right.
wrong. And, you know, you were totally right about the doozer cuisine. Once you pick the felt out, it's delicious.
It's good for your digestive tract anyway. I
Fiber,
leave the
yeah.
felt in, I do. Good roughage it is.
So I also like how the doozers are. So the doozers are puppet people, right?
Uh-huh.
And we also know that when they fall out of the third story and knock over like lighting equipment on their way out, they become like real like human people, which is another symptom of the weird kind of film over this neighborhood where felt things turned into real things and real things turned into felt things.
Does that mean we could become puppet people too if we went up there?
That would be cool.
That could be a recap question.
Oh,
Yeah.
Shall we do the outro?
Yeah.
Cool. So let's go back to the gray button and we're going to do an outro sequence.
okay.
We play this at the end of every episode. Thank you, self. That is not useful.
All Muppet all the time.
There are so many options on this menu. There's like two.
Both of them. Yeah.
We'll have to work on that.
Okay. So
Don't work on that.
we can ask a recap question. Ask a new recap question.
Mm-hmm.
Or claim XP from an XP trigger.
So can we become felt people as my ask a recap question?
For sure.
Great. Yeah, I'd like that, please.
Mm-hmm. I will write that down on the show.
Ah, thank you, Adam.
This is when we write our special abilities and permissions where you can turn into felt people. Yeah. Can the stars turn into felt people? Cool.
Okay. And so the other option. Oops. Wrong thing. Is the claim an XP trigger.
Mhm.
I think that we did. I think we did stay true to our premise. Like, there was,
Actually, I think the idea that you can get cheated out of the XP if you don't do it the right way in the intro and outro sequences, I think that's sort of bullshit. So let's do XP for the show and for you right now, and then I'll figure out how to make that make more sense later.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, you were going with the show. I'll put that on you.
Okay. So, we specifically tied back to the food theme, and the education. Although I mean, not necessarily for kids, but certainly like that the education about current issues was totally
It's for
there.
kids of all sizes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. 1 XP for that.
Okay. And that's on the show XP, right?
Yep.
Marked somewhere.
On the show sheet. Yep, I've got it.
Oh, there. Okay.
I marked it. Yep, we're good.
Alrighty.
And then your XP trigger for being oh heavens. Your XP trigger for being foodies is did you throw a successful catering event or promotional event or
Okay. That was kind of last time, right?
Yeah, that was last time.
Okay.
Mhm.
So no.
Did we mark XP for last time? Well, we marked our first XP this time, I think. So yeah, you need XP for that for sure.
Oh, great.
We might have noted it but forgot to mark it.
Oh.
But in any case, you need XP for
Oi,
that.
that's my XP, you fucking hippie. Oh, sorry, I thought it was still my turn. You're on a bend. Yeah, I know, but I've made those fucking cake pops, and so I get that bit of XP. You can have the other bit of XP, whatever. Okay, you don't need to shout at me. So aggressive you are. I think you should take a long, hard look in the mirror, friend. Don't you fucking tell me what to do. Sorry, I'm just. But yes, that was also me asking mechanically, do I have a sort of shared XP pool for whoever I am at the time? As in, does me as the spook get XP for whoever I like, or is it that this is Tom XP and this is Zed XP?
You should do XP for both of your characters, yeah.
Cool.
Since they were both in this session.
Mm-hmm.
And don't forget to do that on your own sheet instead of on the show sheet, in case you were doing that. Mm-hmm.
So,
I guess I'll ask a recap
where
question too.
Yeah, actually, where would that be marked?
Above like your special powers.
Okay. Yeah, I have 0 currently.
Interesting. The recap question that I want to know is, let me think about this. Where do I kind of want to go? Where do I kind of want the story to go next time?
I always forget.
I want to know when you cross the river, what neighborhood lies beyond that? What neighborhood lies across the river?
Oh, I want to know that too. That is interesting.
Unfortunately, the bridge is out.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's still water.
Yeah.
Just steal Joanna's canoe and never return with it.
Oh,
Well,
no.
you could have a goose, seed, and fox situation where you have to take Johanna, some spiders, and yourselves across the river. I don't know where I'm going with this. Yeah. Beautiful. That was my recap question.
Okay. So we've done 1 each. Is that?
Yeah, we should do 1 each. Brad, did you add 1?
I haven't done a recap question. I've just.
Yeah, you should add a recap question. What are you interested in finding out next time?
All right. I want to know. Let's see. So, something about the Doozers. I think. What is Doozer culture like?
Okay, cool. That's an excellent recap question that will actually, like, if we answer it, it'll get us premise XP too.
Oh.
What is Doozer culture like? Yay! You like it too? Yeah.
Doggo.
Now let's do XP for everything, since this game is fucking broken. At least outro and intro sequence wise. That's gonna be like my main project this week, I think. Fixing this nonsense. Because turns out when your XP system is broken, everything is broken.
Oh.
Kind of. I mean, you can just expect people to like follow the premise and shit like that, but like you gotta have reward systems.
Yeah, I come to think of it, I wonder what if it's just like a feature of playtest games, or whether it was a just an issue with both of our games that like progression hasn't been much of a focus. Like it's been like slower than sort of slow and often not like implemented.
It's actually been an issue in all three of our games. Because Meaty Bones, I don't recall getting XP in that game.
I don't know how it works.
I had a hard time remembering how. I had a hard time remembering how to. Sorry, let me say this sentence correctly. I had a hard time remembering to claim XP in the Eschaton, and I've just been busy making this game and forgetting to put XP into the game. And when you answer those questions to get XP.
I think, from my perspective, something that's maybe common as well in both games is because the nature of it, and because it's like I really enjoy both games, but like I don't feel I don't feel like a thirst for XP in these games. Like partly it's you know, like not knowing what I would do with it, and secondly like not really not feeling that it's like that impactful, if that makes sense. Because I think like obviously tying XP into more fruity mechanics rather than just like goals or kills or something is very compelling. But then I think the players would just forget to say, like in Eschaton, it was very like, you know, we'd get to the end and it would just be the end. I'd never think like, oh yeah, and I should ask for XP. And so yeah, I don't know how to, if there's a way that you can convey to the players what these things are, or even alternate ways of spending your XP, like almost like a fate point kind of thing, like being able to spend it for dice or just any kind of things. That's my kind of my 2 cents on XP.
I think that's that's 2 golden coins.
Yeah. For Eschaton.
Because like in this game, you guys are swimming along just fine without getting like extra special abilities, and the list isn't that big anyway, so there's like a reduced chance of you like finding something you're interested in. Like in the Eschaton, I was like, holy shit, biohacking. Biohacking sounds great. Let's get biohacking. And then I was like, that's the time in the Eschaton where I was the most excited about getting XP. But yeah, there's just not a need for the extra special abilities, which is something that we can just fix by developing our games.
Yeah. Well, what the question I have is how to push forward the idea in Eschaton that you're supposed to game the system. Like, go for it. Other than just like, I mean, I can put that in the rules document, but you know that if it's in the rules document, that's generally just going to be something that the MC will see, and the player, the players won't, because they're going to be looking at the stuff they need to make the character and then playing it.
So a thing I'm probably going to do in this game more as I'm developing it is like probably making things more hazardous, so that you need to progress to get ahead. Or difficult, or whichever.
Yeah, I like that idea.
That's
of
my
like, there's the whole thing could be sort of, and to some degree, I think this may be in place. The whole thing may be canted so that stuff is gonna fall apart unless you can pull it together, and you're gonna need extra stuff to do that.
Yeah. Because otherwise you're just like you're just fine. You don't need extra stuff. You have your facets and nothing takes it away from you, and then you can just spend a bunch of stuff and then you're fine.
Yeah. Well, it may help that there's these SS police picking on doozers.
Yep. I think for multiple reasons, this game is about to start turning into a direction where it gets a little harder.
Although,
as if that wasn't our premise already for the show, it starts light and gets. Yeah. Okay. Where are we at? Like, we're doing XP. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
So the show has XP. The show is all good for XP.
Okay.
And both of you need to claim XP.
Oh, I thought I'd already claimed mine. I've got myself at 2 for Zed and 1 for Tom. I've put my eyes away because I'm being Tom. But yeah, I'm at 2 for Zed and 1 for Tom. Is that correct, Adam? Or have I misunderstood things?
Where's the XP triggers for stars? Adam?
Oh, no.
Adam!
Yeah.
Adam!
Yeah,
like partway through, I remembered. Oh, there's something I'm supposed to do
So this is on me then. Okay.
Okay.
For our woo, did you convert a skeptic this session?
I don't really. I mean, I'd love to be able to say yes, but I don't think so.
Okay.
Like.
I
mean, yeah, that's a really it's a really hard one to. Well, okay, if I remembered to try and do so, that would make it a lot easier. But also, I think it may be tough to do.
For our tool, did you address a tough challenge?
I don't believe I did. I think I did do last week, but I didn't this week, so that would put Zed at 1 then, I think. As in total for the whole campaign so far.
Okay. For Thomas, did you uncover a secret?
Oh yes, I believe I did. I mean, technically, it was my comrade Wacky what uncovered it, but I think I was good moral support. So can I have one as well, please?
I think so.
Okay, well yeah, I'm at one each then for Zed and Tom. Thank you.
Hmm. And then for both
Also,
of you,
Well, okay,
I had
so I'm thinking maybe the trigger for the woo should be to like uh, go out of your way to try to convince a skeptic rather than successfully convincing a skeptic, because I don't know.
good point.
Maybe it's because I've done the one and never succeeded in the other.
Adam?
But
well, on that note, I was going to say, what if you obviously have your job-based XP income, but what if you also had just like if you could pick one of your facets or just something character specific that you could also earn XP from rather than it just
Which is
being.
about what I'm about to get into.
oh,
Oh,
okay.
I
Ooh.
see. Look at the Adam.
So what I was about to say is, for both of you, did you express your beliefs, goals, or memories this session?
Well, I think. Well, I think I'm constantly.
I think Zed and Wacky, of course, because
Sure.
the fight.
Cool.
Yeah, that makes sense. But yeah, I feel that I mean, Tom had a little bit of him, but let's be honest, he wasn't. He was barely there. I don't think it's fair to give him one for that. We didn't get into the meat of the argument. What do you think? Oh yeah, I think that's a fair assessment. Yeah, just one for Zed, but none for me. I'll get there next week. Nah, I'll be back by then, blood. You're done. You're done for it. Oh no, I'm not sure about that. I think I'll be back.
And it's a big part of who I am to constantly express my beliefs, so as to share them with the community and build a more progressive future.
Oh yes.
Mhm. And did Zed already mark XP for overindulging and
Oh,
struggling
do
with
I
the
get
dice?
XP for overindulging? Oh no, wait, that's not me. That's other. Do I get XP for over? Oh no, I haven't. I'll mark that off. Thank you, Adam.
Hmm. Perfect. That's what I have for Star XP for this week. I may have more for next week, which would
Okay.
be nice.
So I think then, to be honest, the real problem with XP in your games isn't how often it's awarded. It's just that, every now and again the both of you forget to actually give it out at end. Because I don't think
Mhm.
we did this last week for. Uh,
Yeah.
for this. And on Eshkaton, we always forget. We forgot like 4 weeks in a row once or something.
Mhm. Mhm. Oh no! No, Brad, the spider web is coming back.
Oh wow, look at that. Okay, so rather than fighting with that, especially since the doesn't look like it's like Rec Light that's doing it. I don't know what. Maybe it is. But maybe we should just wrap up.
Mhm.
Uh,
Oh yeah. There's one last thing for the outro. You each tell the auditors why they should tune in next time,
oh yes.
and then we're done.
Well, I think next time we're going to really explore the exploitation of the doozers, and from a progressive point of view, that it's examining a oppressed people and coming to understand their story and history, and from a horrible Lovecraftian entity point of view, you get to explore the suffering of a tasty and Suffering people? Oh, I said suffering twice. Suffering.
And I guess you should watch because, like, I feel that now Zed's off on his little holiday, we can actually, move things forward a bit. We just won't spend the whole time chasing each other's tails, I mean, it's quite entertaining when we get all riled up at each other, but, I mean, there's only so much we can do, we'll get sick of it eventually, too much of a good thing and all. So yeah, a little breath of fresh air from me, your good pal Tom, and hopefully we'll find out some mysteries and we might get, impaled by unicorns while we're trying to do it, and that'll be good telly, won't it?
Nice.
Yes, it will. Hi, I'm Adam / Dark Lavender Void. This has been my game. You watched my game, and now I don't have to tell you about my game because this has been it. If you missed this episode and are missing a lot of context, you should tune in next time because I am going to work on the intro and outro sequence systems so that each episode makes sense in and of itself instead of relying on episodes and hours of context that can sometimes get in the way of people tuning into new campaigns on the internet, the streaming. See you next time.
However, there's another option. Just recently, I put together a playlist of of our sessions so far. So if you want to like dive into those archives, they're easily accessible, and that's on YouTube/C/RPGlory. Or you can check us out live at Twitch TV/RPGlory or Mixer.com/RPGlory. Let me see. I'll be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific for mostly laughter, some slaughter. I'm not sure what game we're gonna be doing. I think we figured it out, and I always forget. So, but it'll be cool. It'll be a role-playing game with good folks. And
I vote for laughter.
oh no, we need both. Both. And I think that's it. Do you have any shout-outs, Spook?
Yeah, I'd just like to do a couple quick shouts. One is to GMs. Just thank you, GMs, everywhere for GMing. I know it can be hard sometimes, and I know there are difficult players like me, but just it's all fun and games, and we all make the magic happen together. You've not played 5e with me, mate. I'm dreadful. And then on the other side of that, it's like I know that you've put in a lot of work, but don't tell me no. Have me like roll with disadvantage or like do a heavily rigged roll, but don't just say no because no is not fun. Just let them roll for it. Let them roll for it. Come on, be a bit adaptable. And yeah, that's it. Just stay positive, stay friendly. Also, I'm not Zed. Please don't think I'm Ben Shapiro's biggest fan. And and yeah, enjoy and be good to yourself and each other.
Yeah. I think that anytime as a GM you do say no, you need to also think there is a but in this sentence. Where is the but in this sentence?
Find the butt.
Otherwise, you're just being an ass.
Touch the butt. I touched the butt. I am spoiling a Welcome to Night Vale novel right now. Pink flamingos.
Okay.
Pink flamingos.
Peace out. I'm drop mic, walk off stage.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, thanks for running, Adam. That was awesome. Thanks everybody hanging out.
Thank you for being my playtesters.
Yes. Thank you. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Pink flamingos.